What's up, everybody? If you've ever thought about buying one of these blinds, this video is for you. I thought I'd take time. I've always been curious about it. We just bought this blind 2 years ago, so I never knew what to expect before owning one, and I thought I'd make a review video on it on people who are thinking about buying one as well. This specific blind is a Sportsman's Condo SC1, Sportsman's Condo, whatever, so the SC and then the one, it's a one-person blind, and the rumors ring true. I would say that it is definitely a one-person blind because I'm 200 some pounds, over 6 foot, and I would not want another grown-ass person in there with me. It is cramped as it is, but I can stand up straight and everything. I'll give you an inside tour here in a bit. But yeah, I don't know if it would be good for you. Maybe you could squeeze small kids in there if you were a parent, or if you're taking your nieces and nephews out. But in general, man, I would not want to be in there with one of your buddies farting up a deer jerky storm, whatever it may be. It's definitely not for that. But so we bought this blind at an auction up 2 or 3 hours away in Ohio. It was a Mennonite store that was auctioning off a bunch of stuff that didn't sell. But some of the stuff that didn't sell was used equipment, tractors, weed eaters, stuff that probably wasn't worth fixing. So this one, they also sold redneck blinds there, and the redneck blinds did not make the auction sale. So that's how you know the redneck blinds were selling and outselling these ones. But yeah, so we felt pretty good about our odds. They had 4 of them total. There was 2 single blinds and then 2 double blinds. The single blinds in the bed of our trucks because the length and the width of them. So we were kind of held down to just being able to be eligible to buy one of those so we could haul it back without renting a trailer and all that stuff. And with that being said, both these blinds ended up going for a whopping $800, which I feel like is a fair price. Now around here, that I've only seen them for sale in gas stations, and the gas stations are selling them for about $1,200 a pop. I don't know if that's fair or not, but that's been consistent at the ones I've seen. There are a couple counties around me that sell them. Nothing in the county I live in. They're more rural counties that selling them too. So big deer hunting counties sell them. Long story short, we took a gamble on it. We waited. It was one of the last things to be auctioned, so that was anxiety inducing. It felt like gambling. You wait, and it was the last thing to do. So your whole day could have been wasted. That was the only thing we wanted, was a blind. So we're like, shit, I hope this works out. And it did. So we paid $800 for it. So obviously, long story short, yes, this is worth $800, but stick around to see if it is or isn't for you, because it doesn't fit every hunting situation. A situation that I would say it doesn't fit in is if you want to hunt with multiple people. Like I said earlier, if you have kids or anything like that, nieces, nephews, you could probably make it work. But other than that, if you're 2 grown adults, I would not pair up in this thing. It's just not built for that. Leasing, you got to think, you need to get it out there. Some people ride solo. You would need a buddy also to help you get it out here, get it set up. Obviously, you could maybe find a coworker, somebody you know. But that's something else to think about as well. If you're on shaky terms with where you have your hunting ground, it might not be worth putting it out there. It might be too much work. We put ours out here in a field, so it's pretty easy to drive it out here. But with that being said, it was pretty darn heavy. I had to have my buddy come out and give me a hand unloading it. Another cost to factor in is the wood. So it didn't come with a stand. I'm sure you can buy one offline or have someone make you a metal one or steel. But yeah, we had to probably spend another $200 in wood. Shout out to my uncle. He was my business partner. We went in on this. So it cost me $400 out of pocket. That's another thing. If you have a family member, a friend, whatever it may be, a partner, and they're willing to split it with you, then maybe that makes it make more sense for you. And I was pretty fortunate. He had a bunch of the wood we used for the steps, and then we just bought these long beams. And the way we put it up was, I came out here with my buddy, we unloaded it out here in the field, and then a couple weeks later, my uncle and I took a weekend to do a bunch of farm work, and we just ended up taking the whole day you got to put the poles in over here, but you put the poles in right there, and you have 4 of them, and then obviously we were able to use the tractor bucket. We raised the bucket up, pulled the blind up because we had it laying on the ground. Hope I'm doing a decent job explaining that. And then the bird box, I know y'all are jealous, did not come with the blind either. We had to put that there ourselves, so take notes on that as well. That's style points right there. But yeah, and also if you're really good at construction, that probably looks horrible, but we were doing what we thought would be best just to make sure it was as stable as can be. We actually have a ratchet strap up here. My voice just cracked, sorry about that. Zooming on that, it hooks up in there, and we put a ratchet strap as an extra means, and we have a hook down there in the ground, so we just feel extra secure because we get some gnarly winds up here from time to time in West Virginia. I'll show you, we got the steps put in here. It's 2 years old. It already looks really pretty. It's just ugly and wet right now, but it is treated wood. Obviously it had to be to try to make it last as long as you could. I mean, it's not perfect. It's got some bird shit on it. I thought that was rust there for a second, and yeah, I don't know, I'll take you up there here in a second and show you inside. take y'all along up here with me. Check out the fit though. I feel ridiculous, but I didn't want to get wet feet with all this rain, so I got some boots on and some shorts. But yep, you come up here. Hopefully there's no, oh my God, there's a wasp right there. Hopefully they're not waiting for me up in here. Another thing I really like is that it has a door. We have another blind that's like a trap door where you come up through the bottom, and it is so damn hard to get up in and out of there with your gear. I feel like I'm gambling with my life. Sorry guys. Let me scope around and make sure there's nothing in here before I jump up in here. Scary, scary, scary. I'm gonna smack the shit out of that. Give me 1 second. Fuck. I'm sorry. That was not supposed to be part of the video. I just about shit my fucking pants. There's a wasp nest up in here. I don't know if you can see him flying around, but give me 1 sec. I've regained a little bit of courage. I'm up on the steps right now. Sorry, I should have thought about that. That's another thing. You get wasp up and in and out of here, so you gotta watch that. Just because it's all like built in one piece, they can still squeeze through them little windows up here. All right, guys, once you're sorry, there's probably a horrible echo. I might have to do a voiceover. Once you're up in here, you can see. Get up in here, shut this blind. This window works as well. All right, this is something else to think about. These blinds are not really made for bow hunting. They're not the long windows that would go up and down. So that's mainly, I would say, a rifle or a crossbow blind. Even with a crossbow, I have a crossbow, and it is hard as shit to maneuver. Mine's an old crossbow, so it's really wide. All right, I'm up in here. It's about 10 degrees hotter in here, it feels like. I just think the black attracts all the heat, but like I said, I can stand up. I mean, my head basically touches it, but you can stand up in here, stretch around, whatever you need to do. So that's comfortable. But like I said, it is super hot in here. Just even coming back down on window level, you can just feel the breeze coming through and it instantly feels better there. So that is always something to think about early season. This might not be the move unless it's really early in the morning or really late in the evening. But I will say the view is so pretty. I love West Virginia. That's where I'm from, if you guys didn't know. And yeah, I don't know. I like the idea that it has windows on all sides, but like I said, if you're a bow hunter, this is probably not the move for you. Another thing to think about is these windows are straight clear, so we had to buy this on here. It acts as like a, I don't know what you would call it, maybe a tent seat, and then this thing's coming out right here. But it's kind of like your tent to keep you a little bit hidden, and the only place you could buy it was on the Sportsman's Condo website. As you can see, yeah, to close them and open them, you just pull them up, put them up in there. Simple as that. You can twist them whichever way you want. Again, it's like that with all of them. You have 3 long windows on the sides you want to shoot out of. Sorry about the noise. And then you got 1 in the door, which I don't know, maybe could act as a breeze. I'm sure you could shoot out of it if you need to, but that's even tighter than the rest of them. I added a little rug in here to try to make it sound dampening, because it doesn't seem too loud in here when you're just messing around and whatnot, but when you were trying to be quiet while deer hunting, it sounds like you're making fucking cooking breakfast at 4 in the morning. I don't know, it's crazy. But coming out of here, man, Jesus Christ, about fell. It's about 10 degrees cooler. And then to shut this bad girl, you just push it closed, go like that, and we have a lock on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the lock on there. The blind is also all in one piece too, so it helps keep the bugs out. There's not little cracks, it's not built piece by piece of wood or whatever it may be. I know you can still seal those, so that is one benefit, guys. So yeah, so things to think about are just location. Obviously that's with every deer hunting spot. Location, does it make sense? Do you own the land? Is it a lease? How many people are going to hunt with you? Are you going to put it in your best primo spot? Then yeah, maybe it is worth it, but this is not the most primo spot, but it was a spot where we thought would be worthwhile. Price, I don't know if I'd want to pay $1,200 short. It might be worth it. That's always up to you. $1,200 is a lot of money. $800 is a lot of money. It doesn't matter what your salary is and stuff. It's money is still money. So I think it's all relevant. If it's something that would make you happy and bring you joy, then go for it by any means. But to us, we definitely had to think it out a little bit. Then you just gotta, if you're handy, like I said, I'm not a handy person. Me personally, I wish I was, and I need to learn skills like that. You could probably build something just as nice and as good. But one thing, they always say that it's hard. I know people that have built blinds, and they say that the windows are really hard and expensive and kind of specific, especially if you're a bow hunter with a compound bow. You need the long windows. You the windows probably aren't going to cut it for you in there. But yeah, long story short, if you have a good situation and you feel comfortable with where you're at and you think it makes sense, go for it. But also you could probably do better yourself if you really wanted to. Some of the pros, like I said, keeps you a little bit out of the elements. You got a little bit more cover. You can move a little bit better, and it's all one piece. So it should last longer than wood, you would think. The cons, I mean, you're spending money. Got to get it out there. The windows are a little small, and they're obviously not perfect. I had wasp all up in there, so nothing's airtight. So yeah, it's all about what works for you, what makes you happy. If another one came for sale for $800, we'd probably jump on it. But like I said, there's definitely better options out there. I think we got lucky to get it on sale. How often are you gonna find something at an auction? All right, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. For some reason, I didn't do a good enough job covering all the points I wanted to, because I did not write anything down. Kind of freestyled it like a dumbass. I might do some voiceovers, and it's really echoey in there, so I definitely probably will have to do some voiceovers. If there's a situation that could work better for you, building one, it could be a father-son project, father-daughter project, husband-wife, husband-husband, whatever. Just whatever works best for you, do it. That's the beautiful part about life. You can do whatever the hell you want that makes you happy and good for you. So I'm not stepping on anybody's style. You can think this is dumb and a waste of money, and that's fair too. It's up to whatever you think. And made it this far, I really appreciate you tuning in. I'll have plenty more videos coming out. So it's summer, so I've just been doing mowing videos and just some odds and ends. But come fall, I'm gonna hammer them hunting videos out. So stick with me, please. I really appreciate it. I'm cooking up some serious swamp ass, and I'm craving a root beer.